officially recording. Alright.
And
We are
and we're
officially
back with the
recording.
bullshit.
We're back with the bullshit, yo. Um, so before we get started, and for anyone watching it, like, it's like, oh, well, what happened to, like, your first, like, freaking, your, your, your other hardcore world? Yeah, I died. And
Yes,
deleted
he
it.
died. I watched this happen. He died.
Yeah, it was tragic. I've been emotionally scarred. It happened. We're moving on. Anyways,
I'm
so
playing Hogwarts Legacy Upgrade. If anyone cares.
for anyone that cares, most likely they don't, but you know, it's fine. Because they can only see my game, not yours. Fuck you. Anyways,
Love you too, but fuck you.
um, so, God, what should I call this world? We can just call it fuckery.
Dingus McFlingus.
We're gonna call it fuckery. Anyways, uh, generating new world. Alright. I gotta go in my settings and turn volume down because like fucking everything's loud for some reason in my ear. Um. Oh, I spawned right next to a cave. Anyways, we're off to see the wizard, the wonderful Wizard of Oz. So back on the topic we were talking about earlier. Apparently, I'm on the fucking spectrum, which I didn't fucking know that, right?
He has autism.
I didn't know I had the tism for the longest time. I'm 24 now, and I just now found out that I was on the spectrum, which is crazy to me. Oh, there's a new type of dogs! They have different skins now! I haven't been on Minecraft for so
Yeah,
long.
you didn't know that?
I haven't been on Minecraft for so long. Dude, it has been ages. I think I heard a door open, but that could have been like walking. Dude, there's so many animals around here. There's pigs, donkeys, there's sheep, dogs, all kinds of shit. Rabbits. I got rabbits. It's rabbit hunting season. That looks like. Oh,
Dang.
there's horses too. That looks like a good spot to build a base. That looks like a
Okay.
really good
Where
spot
do
to build a
we,
base. Anyways,
start this?
so we're
I
gonna
feel like
start
we have
by
a
the
lot to catch up
conversation.
the audience on.
So we're gonna start this with the conversation we were previously having, so that I can get that off my chest before I forget. And then we'll move on to the
Okay.
dream I had that I told you about that I was gonna talk about. Um, so the dream I had was basically, um, fucking sheep, get over here. Come here. I'm terrible at this game. Give me your wool. Thank you. Anyways, I need three of them. Hold on. Do. There we go. That's three. All right, and no wait, that's two. Fuck, I can't count. Statism kicking in. Hold on.
Oh, wait,
So, all right, I got three. I got
that
three.
already? Okay.
Anyways, so I am 24, and I have gone this entire time without knowing I have autism. Right? I mean, the signs have been there, but like not for a really long time. So the doctor thinks one of two things: that either my trauma caused by my parents, everything around me, everything that happened to me, whatever it was, has caused some of these symptoms, and I'm not actually autistic, or, and here's the big or I I have always been autistic, and the traits are just now showing, which is a much more likely scenario that I have like just now gained these traits, whether rather than like fucking gaining these traits over time. It's more likely that I've oh shit, my brain. It's more likely that I've had these traits than gaining them. That's the point I'm trying to make. Fuck. Um, it is also much more like it's like my family apparently has a history of autism. Um, my
Right.
uncle was autistic. My great great granddad was autistic. Um, so like it's not uncommon to find in my family. So having it doesn't surprise me. My little brothers are autistic. So like One of them is anyways. So like it doesn't phase me that I am, because I'm not like high on the spectrum. I'm not like, oh my god, you're never gonna be able to socialize again. I've been socializing since I was fucking 2. I was risen up women from day one. I don't care. Anyways, shut up.
Raising up woman is
Shut
crazy.
up. Shut up. Anyways, oh fuck, I hit the wrong button. There we go. Anyways, fucking, shit. I need to. There we go. Christ, this is taking up so much concentration. Okay, there we go. I have a bed now. All right. Anyways, oh, blue flower. I can make my bed blue. Hold on. That's the ADHD for you. I'm fucking hella distracted. I want a blue bed. Anyways, um, yeah, it doesn't phase me that I'm autistic. Like, it really doesn't. But at the same time, this is like a huge revelation that, like, oh my god, I'm autistic. Like, how could this have happened? And then thinking back on it, I'm like, yeah, that seems likely. Um, but then there's other situations where it's like, um, yeah, like it could be caused by the trauma, like it could, and not. I'm not saying that trauma like makes you autistic. Like, oh my god, trauma does not make you autistic. Trauma can give you
But
symptoms
trauma,
that, trauma can give you symptoms that a lot of autistic people exhibit. You know, like tics and fucking like other shit. Like, trauma can do that. Trauma can do a lot of things. Trauma is invincible, so don't underestimate it. Um, this all this all being said, fucking, um, that's irritating me. Just fuck. There we go. Whatever. This all being said, fucking, um, I got notified that I was autistic, and my doctor's shocked by it too because I'm such a social butterfly. He's like, that doesn't make any sense. He's like, normally when I get an autistic person, they're really shy and they like don't like interacting with people, and they're like, oh no, I don't want to do that, doctor. I'm too shy for that. But you're over here like, oh yeah, you want to fucking stab me with a needle? Fucking go for it, bet boy. Like, my doctor was so shocked that I was like on the spectrum that he doubted it himself. He was like, I don't. Oh, that's really scenic.
nah.
He was like, nah, I don't
Okay,
believe it.
nah.
He said, nah, I don't believe that you're autistic. Like, I don't. Like, it's not possible that you are autistic.
Like,
And it was
sorry,
crazy
autism.
to have my doctor advocate for me and be like, he's too social to be autistic. Like, he said there's a lot of autistic people out there, and I'm sure like a few of them like are very social, and there are social autistic people out there. But like, the norm for autism is that you don't socialize. You're very much a recluse, and you're very much like different from people who do go out and like do all this shit. But I've seen like outgoing, like outwardly autistic people, so it doesn't shock me that like if I really did have autism and like am on the spectrum and all that, that like I'm out there. Like it doesn't shock me. So like this all being said,
Yeah, it
fucking,
doesn't shock me either.
I'm just saying like it's just one of those things where it's like it just kind of like it does make sense. Oh, this is weird. Okay. Well, I'll grab some coal then, I guess. All right.
It's one of those things that it makes sense, but you hate that it makes sense.
Ow! Fuck you. Ow! I'm gonna die. I'm gonna die. I'm gonna die. I'm gonna die. I died. Beginning of my hardcore world. I should have ran. Anyways,
Yeah,
before we
you
get
really
back
should have
into a new
cheated.
game, which we're gonna actually fuck, I didn't mean to do that. Before we get into a new game, I'm gonna delete that one. 'Cause that one's gross. Um, before we get into a new game, I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna like, so it doesn't surprise me, and it's like one of those things that like, yeah, I can see it. Anyways, moving on from that point
Yep.
because I've been stuck on that for like ages now, trying to play my game. Um, And that's another thing is like I repeat myself so often, and that sucks to me because I'm trying to like get a point across, and I get stuck in this loop of like this point, this point, this point, this point, this point, this point, next point, back to this point, and it's bad. It's bad. Which brings us
Yeah,
back
but
to the
that also works
autism.
for. Okay, we talk about how much that works for my brain though, because we're on the same wavelength when we have conversations. Because
Mm-hmm.
I do the same shit.
Yeah. So you do
I do the same thing.
you do similar and opposite. You do something that's like matching my issue. So I repeat myself, but you need someone to repeat themselves before you get what they're trying to say. And that kind of works out in our context because like if like say with the autism thing, like I'm repeating myself but in a different context every single time. Like the point that I understand and it makes sense to me that I'm autistic. I said that like 4 or 5 different times, but I said it in a different way each time. And you sometimes need that to understand what people are saying. Like I need you to go back and say that again, but say it in a different way so that I can fully understand what you're trying to say. Like give me another perspective. Hold on.
Yeah.
But anyways, so I had a dream last night, right? And this was the second point we were supposed to get on. I had a dream last night about you, and you had legs. Now, I know you have legs, but you
I
had
could walk.
working legs. Yes, you could walk. You had working legs in this dream. Um, this being
Yes.
said, fucking, um, your dad was there, and I was there, and we were sitting there, right? And he's like, you're trying to tell me about how like oh, like the back of the hitch and holding on to the back of the hitch or something. Like, basically, you were talking about how your dad was eventually going to teach you how to hold on from the wheel to the back of the fucking car. Like, whole ass. And it wasn't like no small ass little car. It was like some, like, fucking, I want to say, like, SUV type shit. And I'm like,
Ew.
first off, now I disregarded the fact that that car was way too long for anyone humanly possible to be able to like reach back there from the steering wheel. Like even outstretched fully, you wouldn't reach it. I ignored that fact and I was like, your dad couldn't do it. He's short as fuck. And your dad's like, oh, I'm short, am I? And then he rotates the car for some reason while driving. Like we're now driving on the side of the car, like in those action movies and my head pops up like a fucking giraffe on the other side of the fucking car. And fucking like on the top side of the car, my head just pops out just barely, and I look over and I see like this fucking like side action machine gun, like fucking from Batman or some shit, except it's colored and textured to the SUV. Um, and I get
Ew.
shot up in the neck by this fucking gun, right?
Uh-huh.
And then he rotates the car back, and I'm like, ow, a mosquito, and like gurgling. And like, cut to me and my buddy,
Owl mosquito.
cut to me and my buddy talking about it, and he's like, it's like this is the one of my friends from like work is there, and he's standing there talking to me about it, and he's like, oh, like fucking, you talking about machine guns? He fucking he shot you up, huh? And I was like, oh no, like I'd be fine, fucking like gurgling and shit, like fucking like thanks,
That's
like
fine.
cut and then it cut again to me like with like missing part of my face like a zombie fucking still talking normally but like with my tongue flailing out the side of my mouth. And my buddy stops me and goes, I need you to listen to me real closely. He's like, and like he goes on about like something about a blunt and how that's how every guy talks when they take the blunt out the side of their mouth or whatever and they let out that smoke. And like how he's never going to do that again because that's exactly how it looks. And I'm like, what the fuck? And that's where I wake up. It was a relatively short dream. I took a nap. It's like it was the weirdest shit too. Like it was the weirdest fucking shit.
What? What? Okay, that's one of your dreams of like some weird anime art shit, and I just get like some, like tiny little fucking weird on shrooms type shit.
Yeah, my shit usually like reminds me of like some anime backstory type shit. Always. Oh, what the fuck is
Like there's
this?
an anime backstory.
Oh, I
Your life
spawned
is the anime
on a
backstory.
spruce tree. Whoa.
Oh, yes.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
I'm gonna die. There's no way down.
Make a tree house.
I don't know. Hmm.
Are
I
you
can
gonna make a
hold
tree
on.
house?
I've got it. I figured out how to get down. Okay, so I'm just gonna dig my way down. Just gotta dig my way down from
Tree house?
the top of the tree. No, I'm not making a treehouse.
Lane.
I'll make a treehouse later,
Tree.
just for you.
Yay.
Yes, I will. I will make just a. I will build I'll have to make it at dark oak because that's the only way I'm gonna like have a wide enough space to do that. Slowly making my way down. I'm getting a lot of wood in the process. Should I gather? I should probably gather some of this wood up too. It's a very thick tree. It's got like four fucking shit. Get four block chunk.
Okay,
As its
so
trunk.
what else do you want to cover in this podcast? Like,
Let's go ahead and hit your shit because I've talked enough. So let's go ahead and hit your shit so I can play and like not have to talk at the
okay.
same time.
Well, a lot of well, you know most of the shit, but recapping for the audience. Where do I start this recap? Cause you
Um,
know most of the shit.
where to start? Let's start with like some of the most recent events. Let's just hit some of the most recent events.
Okay. Well, most recent, right?
Uh huh.
Miss Mr. Car guy who the Indiana boy who I told you about, who had a girlfriend. He has
Yeah,
a
yeah,
girlfriend
yeah,
now
yeah,
who
yeah.
also viewed my TikTok.
Yeah.
Uh, viewed my TikTok like 3 different times today.
Just today.
Yes, just
Yeah,
today.
if I remember correctly, he viewed it like. Did he view it once or did he view it like multiple times the other times?
Multiple times.
So that was like a
It was
multiple.
just once initially. Yeah, it was just once initially, and I thought it was okay. Like, check if I blocked or whatever, check if I'm like deleted or, you know.
Right.
But and then he would kind of view it sporadically, but also again, like I don't post anything, so it's like I don't really care.
Right.
But after his little girlfriend found it or whatever,
You
he's
started
been
getting
like
suspicious.
viewing it multiple times a day.
Yeah, that's a little awkward. Oh, I think I need to start working on
it's
this
a
end.
little, it's a little weird, and I kind of want to do stuff to like be like, hey, so
Yeah, you should definitely not do that.
I'm, I'm not going to, but like I thought about it.
Dear God, when the fuck, Call of the Void. Oh my God, that's what that is. Like, you know, you
But
really
it
shouldn't
wasn't.
do that. You know, you shouldn't do that because it's dangerous. But like, also, it's one of those fuck, what's it called? Fuck, I'm having a brain fart. Um, oh God, what is it called? Fucking uh, do. When you get a really bad idea, but you do it anyways, it's like when you let something win. What is that called? Intrusive thoughts. Jesus
Yeah.
Christ, that's an intrusive thought.
Mm-hmm.
Oh fuck, where did I get a stick for? Oh, the tree broke above me.
Yeah,
Jesus Christ.
I'm not going to reach out to his girlfriend or anything because like I feel like it's weird. She's already said like
That
she doesn't
is
want to talk to me because
definitely weird. And doesn't she like hate you for like what happened?
Yes. Okay. So let me recap what actually happened with this one for the audience, but is very confused probably.
Yeah.
So what ended up happening was I talked to this guy for, I wanna say, 3 months max. Okay? And him and I'm not going to go into detail about all the kid. God, we'd be here for hours. But you know some of the stuff he did, like the drinking, the everything.
Right, like just the horrible shit. He drank. He did like a bunch of like self harming shit, but like in a way that like
Okay.
made him like basically he was trying to get attention out of her. Like he would only say that he was going to do it if she was like saying that like I'm not going to talk to you anymore because I find you to be extremely toxic, and he'd be like, oh well, then I'm going to go hurt myself. And I believe
Yeah.
didn't he at some point like film it and like all that shit and send it to you? Yeah,
No,
that
that was a different one.
oh, that was a
That was a
different guy.
different
Okay,
one.
that
But
was
yes,
a
that
different
also
guy.
had.
Yeah, you get a lot of really
This
crazy
one,
dudes.
this one also did that though to an extent where he would do shit on call with me. Like he wouldn't do it around me and like wouldn't send me like videos of it or pictures of it. Like he would do it while I was on the phone with him,
Right. Oh, thank God I'm on the floor. Oh
kind
my
of,
God.
kind of
Solid
indirectly,
ground.
and be like, look what I'm doing.
Oh yeah, no, that's toxic as hell.
Yeah, it was a thing of like triggering, you know, traumas. But
Right, which is no good.
yeah. So so mind you, I'm not one to leave somebody, right? You can be toxic as shit, but I won't leave you until like I am literally slapped in the face and sleep.
Mhm.
But it's just how I am. I'm working on that, and she will tell you that I've gotten better at that, so much better at
Oh
like
yeah,
leaving
she's
situations.
done a lot. She's done a lot better. I mean, it's probably thanks to me because I'm like so. Oh hey, a
And my
shipwreck.
therapist.
Um, yeah, and one, I'm her therapist, and two, it's like, I'm not actually her therapist for anyone confused by that. I am her older brother who just plays therapist every once in a while. Um, anyways, so she has gotten better. She used to be really bad about it. She used to let guys like basically run her down, and like do all this shit and like be toxic as fuck, and she wouldn't care. She would stay with them, and that was in itself extremely toxic. Our friendship has grown from there, and like we've gotten past that point, and now we are in the bad bitch era, which is nice. Um, but
You're in the baddest of the terrors.
right, the baddest of bitch eras. I'm going to probably make my base right here because it's nice and flat and open, and it's
But
right next to the sea.
yeah.
Anyways,
So him and I fought constantly all the time. He would drunk drive while on call. He would do a bunch of shit. Okay. Which, if you see this, by the way, because I know you suck my shit. Hi, hello. Uh,
hello to
you
all the
suck my
haters.
shit apparently. But,
Oh, girly, you're glitching out on me. I can't hear you.
um,
There we go. Now you're better. You glitched out on me for a minute.
hello.
We can hear you now. You're good.
Okay. So this guy would do all this shit, and he would talk. Okay, let me back up. I've always had suspicions about this one girl that he always talked. It was like his older sister. Like that was the thing that he pulled with me. Like it's like my sister. It's like whatever, right?
Uh huh.
One day, him and I were arguing about something. I don't remember what. I don't remember if I just wasn't getting enough attention or we were arguing about it. I don't know. But he decides to post pictures of him and this girl going on little like dates. Okay, mind you, we are still together, right? And I'm getting sent these pictures by the way, 'cause it was so bad that like we blocked, like that I blocked him, that he was gone. Okay,
Right.
he was just, I was done. And I get sent these pictures by my friend, mind you, the day of our official quote unquote like split.
Right.
Of him with this other girl, who he claimed was his sister.
Oh
Okay,
no.
mind you, in these pictures, they are getting coffee. They are in matching fucking onesies.
Yeah, that don't seem like a sister, my dude.
All
Like
cuddly, all cute, right?
getting coffee with your sister is nothing to like. be like, oh, you fucking, yeah, you cheating
But
on
if
you.
you saw how they were in the pictures, it was questions upon
Yeah, I mean,
questions.
I understand that. Like, matching onesies is a problem. Matching onesies you don't do with your sister. I mean, if y'all are, like, that dedicated, go you. But, like, if it's, like, if y'all are fucking getting coffee and, like, doing all that shit, like, y'all are doing all that together, that's suspicious. Like, that's weird.
And he was like, well, look at this movie we're watching. Like, it was a bunch of cute shit, right?
Right.
And I was the girl, but, like, it was, like, his sister. And mind you, you and I have the same, like, father-sister dynamic. We are not blood related, like,
Right.
my brother. So I didn't really think anything of it when he initially brought up the whole sister thing. But then the pictures came out, and that's a little fucking weird,
Yeah, that's
right?
definitely a little weird.
So, fast forward, because I do not want to be here, for eons talking about this man. I get ghosted by this dude for I don't even know how long. And the person I was at the time, I craved that explanation, right? I
Right.
wouldn't do this now, right? I would just take the L and leave and fuck off. Fun
Right.
fact, they
Which power
always
to you?
come back.
Which power to
Yes,
you?
they always come. Thank you. The crazy thing is, though, they always come back in the weirdest of ways. But I'll get to that.
Right.
But I craved the explanation, so I went to him and I added him on an account because I was that level of insane, right? I am no saint in this, by the way. Also, pretty toxic in this moment.
Right, but at
But
least we're admitting it.
yes, I added him on an alt account, right? And I asked him, I was like, what's going on, right?
Right.
And mind you, his little girlfriend adds me on Snapchat at the same time that him and I are trying to have a discussion.
Right.
Mind you, he opened the discussion with, "I know who you are. What do you want?" Which, like, you know what I want. I want an explanation.
Like,
And
I
his little
know who
girlfriend
you
said,
are. Hold on a second. I know who you are.
"Yes."
That sounds like his girlfriend was texting you on his account.
No, what ended up happening was, he added me back, right?
Uh huh.
And I was like, "Hey, it's Megan, whatever." And he was like, "I noticed. Like,
Right.
what do you want?" And like 2 seconds later, I get added by the new girlfriend, right?
Right.
Mind you, she's telling me that, like, oh, he's working on his car because he, like, worked on cars and did a whole thing. He was like, oh, he's, like, working on his car. And I was like, I explained the situation. I was like, I just want an explanation. He was telling me he loved me like a month ago, and he was like, who the fuck are you?
Right.
And so, it was like a week ago, but like, anyways. So I give her the spiel, and so mind you, they're in the same room. I'm guessing, like, guessing what to say to me because he was telling me that he was busy doing something, but like I would get text messages from them at the exact same time.
Right.
So I assume that they were in the same room, freaking talking, whatever, doing, plotting, planning, whatever. He was telling me he loved me. Go ahead and tell.
You
And so
disappeared for a second. I'm gonna need you to repeat that. You're disappearing. You're like it sounds like you're disappearing. Like you're glitching out to the point where I can't hear you. It's probably your headphones. I'm gonna need you to like.
Okay, try now.
Oh Jesus, you're loud. Holy crap! Pull your phone away from your face. Oh my god.
The phone isn't even on my face and you're on my tablet.
Okay. Anyways, so now go back and say what you said again.
Okay.
You said they're scheming, they're doing a bunch of shit, like you assumed they were right next to each other plotting and shit. That's what I heard before you cut
Yeah.
out.
Yeah, they were plotting and shit, and I'm getting texts from them at the same time. And he gives me the most bullshit explanation ever of like, you require too much attention. It just wouldn't have worked. I got scared because he was terrified of me for some reason,
Uh
right?
huh.
Why was he terrified of me? I have no idea.
Yeah, that doesn't make any
Um,
sense.
yeah, no clue whatsoever.
You're not
But
really scary, but alright.
he was terrified of me and didn't know how to leave, so he just left, right?
Right.
Which at the moment I was like, I'll take the L. It's whatever. Okay,
Right.
like fuck you, dick. Your girlfriend's gonna have a great time.
Right.
Um. So and then fast forward again to present day shit. He views my TikTok, right? Mind you, he didn't even know I had TikTok when we were together. How he found it, I have no idea. But he finds my TikTok, and I thought it was just to block me, whatever, right?
Right.
But then he would view it kind of sporadically, right? Throughout,
Right.
like, our whole thing of, like, finding me. He would view it sporadically, I think, just to get my attention or whatever.
Right.
And then his little girlfriend finds it, like, a week ago, right?
Right.
Ever since that day, he's been viewing it constantly, daily, like 4 or 5 times a day.
Right. Which is in
Which,
fact weird.
yeah, I don't. It's not like he doesn't know who I am because I don't post on my TikTok and my name is like linked to it. Like my name's on it.
Right.
Like there isn't no way like you wouldn't know it was me.
Right.
Like you know it's me.
Uh.
And ever since then he's been viewing it, his girlfriend's been viewing it.
Right.
I don't know. It's just been a really weird thing. And I almost want to reach out to his girl. Well, and by the way, his girlfriend hates me because I apparently tried to quote unquote steal her boyfriend, whatever, but he was mine first.
Even though you didn't know that he had a girlfriend, like that makes sense.
Yeah.
And I see that a lot. Like a lot of guys that like they're cheating on their girlfriend or whatever, and they don't want the lover to know that they're cheating, so they're like, "Oh yeah, that's my sister or my friend or whatever," and like
Yeah.
it turns out they're cheating. I'm hearing
Yeah.
myself. I need you to move your tablet so I'm not like up against something, cause like it's echoing really bad.
Okay. Try now.
All right. Okay, we're good. Okay, we're good.
You're on a blanket, so it might be better now.
Right. But anyways, fucking like a lot of that is like happening for some reason. I don't know why. I'm currently standing inside a hole waiting for it to turn day. Um, I might have to block myself in because I hear skeletons and I'm not trying to get shot up again.
Yeah, mind you, I've always been suspicious of this girl, even though like right, like during our thing, like I was always kind of suspicious of her,
Right. Which is fine.
but I wasn't going to show that, you
Uh
know,
huh.
you know what I mean?
Yeah, which you were valid to be suspicious. Like, it's not like you weren't valid for like having that suspicion. A lot of girls are valid for having that suspicion of like that one girl that's like always around or whatever, or like he always
Mm-hmm.
visits or always talks to. Like, you're valid for your suspicion. Like, don't let a guy tell you that like, oh, you're crazy because like she's just a friend or whatever. Be suspicious. Like, be very suspicious. Now, when I
Yeah, and
talk
then
to you, I talk to you openly. I don't sit there and try to hide the fact that I'm talking to you. I will sit there, get on the phone with you, put you on speakerphone, and be like, "What's up, sis?" And you will talk to me like you're my little sister. This being said, fucking, if a guy can like openly do that with you and being like, "Oh, this is my sister who I'm talking to, and I talk to her frequently," like then you can lower your guard a little bit because if that girl is like sitting there like on the phone on speaker, not talking about anything sexual, not talking about anything like would trigger you in any way, shape, or form, and knows about you and all that shit, like that's a different story. Like you've known about my girlfriends, and I try to get you to interact with my girlfriends because I want them to like you as much as they like me, you know? Because I
Right.
like the idea of having that, like, idea that I like having the sense that, like, oh, I can talk to my girlfriend can talk to my girlfriend can talk to my sister, you know, that kind of shit. Like,
Yeah.
the idea that you can talk to my girlfriend as much as I can talk to my girlfriend and y'all can be friends and all that. Which it's never
Yeah. It's
really
like
worked out because the only reason that y'all talked was because of me. And that, I should have seen it
with
as
what?
a red flag initially. Like, I should have seen that as a red flag. I should have seen that as, like, my girlfriend being, like, that being a little red flag for my girlfriend. Like, because, like, if they can't talk to you the way I talk to you, I don't fucking want it.
Yeah. Hence why the last one is no longer the picture.
Right. And then we're
I
not
mean,
gonna
for
talk
many
about the
other
whole. We're
people.
not gonna talk about the whole fucking. Oh, he's abusing drugs episode. That was crazy.
Well, not just that, but like, well, we're friends with that one. I'm talking about the other one, the most recent one.
Yeah,
The
fucking. She was toxic. She fucking bashed your name in, and that was disrespectful on a new level.
yeah,
That
she
was a
faked it
problem.
really well. I give her that, but like, fuck her.
She really did fake it really well, and that on a level is like disrespectful in and of itself. Like, how are you
It's
gonna
scary.
fake? How are you gonna fake liking my little sister? And it was bad because like fucking all that shit, and then fucking like in the event that like fucking we did break up and like she wanted to get back together and all that shit, she tried to apologize, and I was like, fucking like, you bashed my sister's name in. I don't think I can forgive you for that. Like, I really don't. I was nice. I was all
Yeah,
nice to your family, and then you're gonna fucking bash my sister's name
yeah. Didn't she? Wasn't she threatened by me too?
in. Mm-hmm. She thought that we were
Mind
gonna
you,
hook up, and that on a level was disrespectful and like
yeah.
kind of
Like
toxic. Like,
our dynamic is nowhere near how I act with dudes that I like. Like,
right? Not to mention, it's the same with me. Like, I'm very spontaneous with a lot of people, and I'm very friendly and like flirtatious with a lot of people. But like, I would never sit there and be like, oh yeah, let me flirt with fucking my sister. That's weird and gross. Like on a
right,
whole new level.
right. And it was just like, how the fuck are you gonna do that? Like,
Right.
like she knows the situation that I'm in, right?
Mm-hmm.
She knew the situation that I was in and the situation that you were getting me out of, are going to work on getting me out of. So the fact that she was threatened by me and tried to go to you and be like, I don't like this bitch,
Yeah, that
like,
that on a level was disrespectful.
was like so mind boggling and like awful.
Right.
Cause like, how you gonna do that though? That's my brother. I don't give a shit. Mind you, if it was anybody else, right, and they were in the situation where you were in and you kind of had to pick a side,
Right.
I know that the other, like, the guy would go with the girlfriend. Like, that's just kind of the standard, I guess, quote unquote.
Right. But like, I'm not in just any situation. Like, you've been with me through a lot of shit. Like, it has always been our friendship over like anyone else, any
Oh,
relationship at all. Like, if you can't get along with my sister, then I'm sorry, it's just not gonna work out.
right.
Like, even
Pretty much.
even if you don't like her, don't pretend that you do just because you want to get with me. Like, that's a problem.
No, you don't like me.
I don't care.
Leave.
I don't care that they don't like you. Like, I don't care. Like, if I'm with someone and they don't like you, they can just say that. Just be like, oh yeah, fucking, I don't like your little sister because I think she's a little too close to you. Be like, alright, you don't have to interact with her. Like, it is that simple. Like, I will keep my
Right.
interactions with her, like, at a minimum around you. I'm hearing myself again.
I put you on a blanket. I don't know. There you go.
Alright. Hello, hello, hello. Okay, we're good. I don't hear myself anymore. Um,
Cool.
but my thing is, though, is like, don't fake that you like my little sister just because, like, oh, you want to be with me. That in itself feels toxic.
Right. Like, don't use me to get close to him. Mind you, she would call me whenever you guys would have a problem and be like, what do I do? And I would
Right,
tell her and be like,
which is weird, like that she said like, oh, that she really didn't like you and like said all that shit about you, because like, how are you going to like act like she's a support in our relationship when, you know, you really didn't like her in the first place? Like that doesn't make any sense.
right. How are you going to come to me and have, like, because I know a lot about you. I know how you operate. And, like, how you operate is so, like, second nature to me. To where I don't mind when people come to me about you at all. Right?
Right.
Like, that's always been my thing. I am basically considered, like, I know, like, when it
You
comes to
are the
you and you just keep,
Wikipedia about me.
yes, basically. And that's the same with you, though. You all, like,
Oh, dogs are going off. What happened? Someone home?
I mute to the dog. Uh, that's gonna be really annoying.
Yeah, probably. I think I. Oh Jesus, I'm hearing myself really bad.
There.
It is
I
whenever
muted the
something
dog.
covers the mic and it makes it like so the sound is amplified and the mic is picking up the amplified noise. So
Yep.
I think we're gonna cut this video here, and we'll cut it there, and we'll come back to this another time. Um, but anyways, so thank you everyone who's watching, like who's been watching, you know, all that good shit. Like we love the support. We love that you guys are like showing like your support by watching these videos, like and subscribe, you know, all that good stuff. Anyways,
Well, our first video, and you get to watch him make fun of me more.
oh yeah, that's gonna happen a lot more often. Is me making fun of her. It didn't happen in this video, but it happens a lot, and the more you watch,
this,
the more it'll happen.
this will just honestly explaining our dynamic.
Yeah, for sure. But anyways, thank you all for watching. And please watch our next videos. There's probably gonna be a link to our past video, our first video. I'm gonna try and put this all into like a bundle so you guys can watch them all in a row and all that good shit. Anyways, peace out, everyone. Thank you for watching. Have a good day.